You are watching News Review. My name is Lamin Jai. Coming up on the show today, used cars market is growing rapidly, but not many Gambians are able to afford the vehicles that are being imported into the country in their thousands. We have a report on that. Stakeholders also on Tuesday met to discuss issues around the highly secretive rosewood timber trade. Former Health Minister Omar, I think it's Omar Cisse, has offered his opinion amid the outbreak of the Ebola in Guinea-Conakry. GAP Chief Musa Usainu Yali Bachili will be my guest today. Before all of this, we will look at what the papers are saying today. We have the Standard as well as the Point newspaper. We will begin with the Standard. The lead story is saying Pastor Forbes says NAMs who voted against draft constitution should not be called honorable. Good luck, or that's Good Luck Jonathan there to meet politicians on the retroactivity of Barrow's first term. Female ex-state guard soldier charged with threatening to kill someone in police station. Police extend bail for 3 years. Journal leaders. Health Ministry strengthen Ebola surveillance. Tabitha Pulagu calls for unity among Fullers. Toure's lawyer not prepared to proceed with his defense. Ex-NIA operative denies carrying the corpse of Solo Sandeng. So on the Standard today, Pastor Francis Forbes of the Abiding Word Ministries has expressed his disappointment over the government's lack of political will in having a new constitution. He said the National Assembly members who voted against the draft constitution do not deserve to be called honorable. That is the title, honorable. There, good luck to meet politicians on retroactivity of Barrow's first term. Former Nigerian President Good Luck Jonathan will return to the country next week to continue his mediation on the constitutional review process. Female ex-state guard soldier charged with threatening to kill someone in police station. A sub-inspector at Bigama police station told the local magistrates court on Friday that a former state guard soldier, Yama Kamara, went to the police station with a cutlass and threatened to kill someone. Police extend bail for 3 years. Jotna leaders. Almost a week after their rearrest and charged with unlawful assembly, the leadership of the 3 years Jotna group yesterday morning reported to the Banjul police headquarters. Health Ministry strengthened Ebola surveillance. The Gambia's Ministry of Health has said it has taken notice of the new Ebola outbreak in Guinea as experts meet to outline plans to prevent, detect, and respond to the disease, which left 11,300 dead when it tore through West Africa between 2013 and 2016. Tabitha Pulagu calls for unity among Fullers. The president of the Gambian chapter of the Pan-Fuller organization, Tabitha Pulagu International, has called for unity among Fullers in the country. Toure's lawyer, that's Yanko Toure's lawyer, saying that they are not prepared to proceed with their defense. That's Abdullahi Sissoho, representing Yankoba Toure in the murder trial of the alleged death of Usman Koro Sise, has told the High Court that he was not prepared to proceed with the defense of Yankoba Toure before the said court. Well, we'll quickly go through the point. Ghana to probe massacre of 56 migrants after TRRC. Gambians stranded in Libya call for help. Senegal to order 200,000 doses of COVID vaccine. NFTR joins anti-money laundering crusade. So on the point today, Shirley Ayoko Bochiwe, the Ghanaian Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, has told the Ghanaian Parliament the willingness to reopen investigation into the massacre of 56 West African migrants that were allegedly killed on the orders of former President Yahya Jammeh. Gambians stranded in Libya call for help. The Gambian Association in Libya, an umbrella body of all Gambians in the troubled North African country, has called on the Gambia government to appoint a liaison officer as hundreds of our citizens continue to face terrible challenges there. Senegal to order 200,000 doses of COVID vaccine, COVID-19. The Senegalese government has paid $3.7 million for 200,000 doses of vaccine, according to Reuters. That will be all for the newspapers. Stay with us. Welcome back. So if that is one tree that is precious and valuable, it's the rosewood. Over the years, we have seen how the illegal timber trade in rosewood has grown. So stakeholders on Tuesday, that is today, met to discuss issues around the highly secretive rosewood timber trade in the country.
Rosewood is a family of tropical tree species widely used for antique-style furniture in Asia and in particular China. It is considered to also be the world's most trafficked wildlife product. The rosewood and its illegal trade have become one of the world's most lucrative businesses, a rare type of wood that many countries are not blessed to have, and for the ones that do, it is $1 million trade. A BBC investigation revealed that China has imported more than 300,000 tons of West African rosewood since President Barrow came to power in 2017. Despite declaring its own stocks close to extinction almost a decade ago, the BBC probe uncovered that the Gambia is consistently among the 5 largest global exporters of rosewood. In a workshop organized by Gambia participants, relevant stakeholders were brought together to discuss and identify lapses propelling these illegal activities, and more so, to follow the money from the rosewood business and how it trickles down to the ordinary Gambian.
Since the Barrow government came into power, as I said, in January, a month later in February, they put a ban in the illegal transportation of rosewood. And there also has been a report where containers filled with rosewood were hung at the Gambia post of the GPA for it to be sifted or exported to the Asian countries. So between June 2012 and April 2020, the Gambia has harvested 1.6 million trees. It has been harvested in Senegal and then smuggled to Gambia between this short time frame. And the reason being is because there is a moratorium and there is a strict law that prohibits the smuggling of rosewood in Senegal. So what traffickers do, they have to find another route in order to shift this rosewood to the Asian countries or other countries that are benefiting in it. So as a result, they come through the Gambia from Senegal, and then the MFDC, which is based in Casamance, that is the rebel group that has been existing for a while now, find their source of income in order to procure dangerous weapons in this illegal business. And this is one of their major source of income to support the fight that they are still fighting for. And as a result, since they cannot actually get these containers to be shifted or to be exported through Senegal's port, they have to come through the Gambia. And if you take your time and then travel, let's say 2 years back, if you take your time and then travel to rural Gambia, somewhere around Buyam, you will see good number of rosewoods that have been parked aside. And there has been a report that some soldiers are in fact benefiting from this business.
So if Gambia is one of the main exporters, how much is in it for them?
These 1.6 million rosewood trees are worth they're actually worth 471 million US dollars. And when the report came out and the Chinese did their report and then Gambia also did their report, what we found out was between February 27 and April 2020, China reported that they have imported 329,000 tons, 351 rosewood from the Gambia. And then if you also look at the revenue that has been lost from the Gambia side, the exportation of this rosewood amounting to 978,968 tons, that is worth about 470 million US dollars, was trafficked from the Gambia to Asia. And if you look at our budget, but before we go to our budget, if you also read the OCCRP report, the Great Gambia Health, you will get to see that the former regime has benefited 356 million US dollars on illicit timber trading, and these are all revenues that are not reported in our national budget. And talking about our national budget, if you look at the approved budget of 2021, you will see the Ministry of Environment climate change and wildlife, the revenue that has been estimated for 2019, zero, 2020, zero. So once one wonders all these millions of dollars that have been generated, while we still cry about insufficient funds to support our government activities, where are this money going to?
If the government of the Gambia declared an embargo on the exportation of rosewood, how are the smugglers making it work?
The investigators from EIA, the investigative journalists, interviewed some smugglers, and these smugglers were actually naming top government officials that have been facilitating the exportation of this rosewood. Though there was a ban, and it was going to be through that Ministry of Environment, that they can get this rosewood exported to Asia, they use the back way, and they ensure that this rosewood have been exported to China, and the government has no idea how much it was costing the state revenue-wise. There is also a big procurement fraud that is connected to this whole rosewood timber trading. There is an agency that has been adversely mentioned in this document. If you remember the Westwood company that has been called at the Janet Commission of Inquiry regarding some of their illicit business in this country, there is another Gambian company called Jannar Procurement and Agency Services that was serving as a mouthpiece between the smugglers and then that of the government. So basically all the required paperwork that was supposed to be done was facilitated by this company, and they are still in existence, and these roads will keep going to these countries while the country keeps losing revenue from these businesses. And
CEO of Gambia Participates, Mar Nyang, said the illicit rosewood trade has cost the Gambia millions in revenue, especially after a significant discrepancy of $471 million between Gambia's reported timber exports and imports declared by trading partners, with many alleging massive underreporting.
China made their report that this is what they have received compared to that of the report that Gambia has made, $471 million less. And the Chinese already have a record of what they have shipped from the Gambia, but when these investigators contacted the Gambia and they found out this is what they have underreported, then we keep asking ourselves, where is this money? And that's the reason why we're here to break the silence. I think the corruption in this country is becoming, is overwhelming. The effort in combating corruption in this country is minimal. And the authorities that are supposed to reinforce the fight against such illicit acts have to stand up again. If not, we will stand up and then take what is ours.
Saja Brito reporting.
Meet Sarah and Tracy from the top 8 finalists of the Be a Star Sierra Leone. Their lives changed from day one. New original songs. Be famous and successful. Be a star in the Gambia.
The biggest stage right now in Sierra Leone.
Being a part of Be a Star is going a step further in chasing my dreams and my career as an artist.
All you have to do is record a video of you singing your favorite song, not more than 2 minutes long. Send the video by WhatsApp to the following number, 22-99944, using an AfriCell number. State your name and where you're from. Be a winner of a fully recorded album and $500,000. AfriCell Be a Star, your road to success.
Welcome back. So there is an Ebola return in Guinea-Conakry, and as a result, countries around the West Africa, in the West Africa sub-region, have been really preparing. As a result, Alfatu Kamara spoke to the former Minister of Health, Omar Sy, who was there between 2013 and 16 when we had an Ebola, outbreak in Guinea-Conakry, and she came through with this report.
Guinea confirmed the return of the disease to the country following the reporting of 7 cases and the deaths of 3 people at the weekend. Earlier today, former Minister of Health at the time of the Ebola outbreak, Omar Sy, spoke to the Fatu Network on how his ministry handled the Ebola outbreak at the time.
It's very, very simple. Anything you do, you must have a plan. You have a plan, strategy plan, then you have an operational plan based on what you need. Then you implement the plan according to international health regulations. It's a very simple strategy, and it's cross-cutting across the board. In response, epidemic response, there are 7 different components. Now you have your team, then you get these 7 different components. That is like the laboratory services, logistics, case management, risk communication, community engagement, so that everybody get involved. Then you put these structures in place, get the rightful people there, and then you don't sit in city, you move out, you go around in the regions also. You establish similar structures so that you can cascade, you can pass on the same structures. So that, that's all what you need to do.
Former minister advised the Korean Ministry of Health on ways to prevent any importation of Ebola.
Gambia is signatory to the International Health Regulations 2005, and we must adhere to that. So we have to work through the network, through the WHO office in the Gambia. But notwithstanding, the Gambia must have a plan. During the Ebola, we had a plan that must have expired now. But just before the end of the Ebola in the Gambia, we developed what we call all hazards plan, and that plan has some components that can be used to try and look for to adapt to the current situation, and then we move on. What is most important in this in this intervention is preventive. And this one, they have been my emphasis, even with the COVID. We must go preventive. You don't wait for people to get sick and you start treating them. You have to learn to prevent people from getting sick. And that is enforcing risk communication and community engagement. If that one fails, then that's where we have a problem. That's why you can see now the trust is not there. One, people are not adhering to COVID regulations. If you want to force them, it's not. Because it's the level of understanding. That's why the risk communication and community engagement component. So people to believe in it, to have ownership of it, that is very important. It's a key factor.
Yes. With the issue of his expertise in the field, C says he is always on the move to contribute in the health sector.
I don't wait for government to ask what I do is like I contribute to in my own ways. If I have people where I can mobilize resources, I will direct them to the right places. If I see interventions, I intervene, and I help. But I also want to take the back seat, because it's not about an individual, it's about a nation, it's about a group of people. So I contribute in programs, directly or indirectly, where I like to take back seat always.
The Gambia government has told the Fatu Network there is already a plan in place. Fadu Kamara reporting for the Fatu Network News Review.
TAF Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. TAF Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only an 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333. TAF Africa.
Now, over the years, what we have seen is that more and more Gambians have turned into importing used cars from Europe, America, and elsewhere, Asia, and bringing them to Gambia and then selling it. So this industry has really grown rapidly. But our Gambians, Gambians, middle-class Gambians, are they really affording these vehicles? More in this report.
Second-hand vehicles of different categories could be spotted in almost every corner of the country. With the outbreak of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with the high tax levied on cars at the port, most car dealers are struggling to maintain their businesses.
Business moto mom right now doxut. Before that la gënon na dox dan légui mom mën nga tok ay 4 months 5 months do gis anybody ku la wax ñaata ngay jaay.
According to the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the global on-road vehicle fleet is set to double by 2050, with most future car purchases taking place in developing markets. With the rate of second-hand vehicles on the rise in the country, the average Gambian still cannot afford to buy these cars. They are just too expensive for him.
So gisee ñi ñangé complain just about price bi, custom bi dafa seer. Before custom dafa yomba, waaye léegi custom bi dafa seer trop. So xalaatee li nga jëndee moto bi fay shipment bi ñëw ba ci port bi, so isiwu daal xamuñ beneen business bu dul bi. so nu taxi yi gën a wàññeekoo rek moo fi bu any Gambian just nekkul ñu rek ñoo nekk di la waaye things yi su seeree rek anybody du ci gis boppam.
The growth in the number of vehicles has not only created tension among drivers plying the road together with the serious traffic blockages, but it is equally contributing to environmental pollution. Evidence from epidemiological and toxicological studies indicates that transport-related air pollution affects a number of health outcomes. Such pollution contributes to an increased risk of death, particularly from cardiopulmonary causes, and it increases the risk of non-allergic respiratory syndromes and diseases. Now the influx of vehicles plying on the road on a daily basis is causing severe traffic congestions, raising alarms as commuters spend several hours stranded on the road thinking of how to reach their various destinations. Now the giant question is, when is the government going to address the severe traffic congestion, mostly during rush hours, with the increasing rate of second-hand vehicles plying on the road? Reporting for the Fatu Network News Review, Osman Jatter.
Thank you very much and welcome back. So once a big guest, always a big guest. My guest today is Honorable Musa Usainu Yali Bachile, leader of Gambia Action Party. Really, he is back in our studios. Sir, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to really welcome you to my studio.
Thank you so much. Let me start with my profound greetings. His Excellency, the President Adam Barrow and his cabinet. Extend my greetings to all political leaders and the executive members, people who are sick in the hospital. I'm praying to Allah, may Allah give them shifa. People who are in the jail, may Allah give them freedom. I'm extending my greeting to all imams from Khartoum to Wilibana, and the pastors, the priests. I'm greeting them all over from Khartoum to Wilibana. And I'm greeting my Gambians who are outside Gambia, that we love them. And I'm greeting myself with my executive members. And I'm greeting one of my closest allies. His name is Boakar Fofana, known as Diamond. Is in Germany, Düsseldorf. And one of my closest allies to in Gambia, known as Ibrahim Jobate. And I'm greeting you, and I'm greeting the viewers on Facebook. And I'm ready for them. Let them say whatever. I love criticism, and I'm saluting them too. Yeah. And I'm greeting the whole entire West Africa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam. Honorable, let's start with one very important issue. We still have not turned the corner when it comes to COVID-19. If you look at the past weeks, we've seen the slow return of COVID. Yet, it's as if nothing is going on in this country. People are going about their normal lives. And at the heart of this is the political leaders. They go about rolling out gatherings, really big gatherings. And today, the National Human Rights Commission could not keep silent anymore. They issued a statement saying that the behavior of the Gambian people towards COVID is really scary, but they are faulting political leaders, music promoters also. As a political leader, what do you have to say about the indifference of the Gambian, the entire Gambian citizens towards COVID-19?
Actually, Mr. Njai, this question is very important. This is, to be honest, I'm disappointed. With due respect to Mr. President Barrow, actually they don't put a really strict measures. And this COVID-19 is under the Ministry of Health, Honorable Samate. I have high regard for him. But lately, the way I see how conditions are going, I'm really disappointed. They should, from today, I'm urging the government, from today, whatever happened, it happened. We cannot return it back. But from today, there should be strict measures. We should not play with the lives of our future generation. COVID-19 is a disease. It's a world pandemic. It's happening all over the world. We should take care of ourselves. My concern now is let this commander-in-chief Mr. President, tell the Minister of Health, no compromise. Let them bring their measures. How are we going to fight this pandemic in our country? Seriously.
I interviewed one of the president's top aides, and what he said, I was worried, and I asked him this, the issue of not just the president, but all the political leaders going about mobilizing people, putting them at one place, and inviting COVID-19, the spread of COVID-19. He said, COVID is here to stay with us, meaning, they will go about carrying out their business, their political business.
If that top political aide, so-called aide, due respect to him, I don't know him, who is he, but he should not talk to you that way. He said, you are right, what we're doing is wrong. It's a pandemic, we have to go with it, but we have to take some serious measures. Mr. Jai, like I told you, when you're not ready to do the work, if they're reforming their pocket, they don't care. They are reforming their pocket. They're not reforming the security of the country. If we have disease in the country and it's not being measured, it's a security threat. So that political aide, due respect to him, he should take that word back.
And also, the issue of the Gambian not even believing COVID exists. What would you blame that on? Because you go to, just a few days ago, my reporters were, just getting people's opinion. And a lot of people you could see that don't even believe that COVID exists in this country.
Actually, for you and I, to be honest,
do you think it is the political leaders that are to blame? If the leadership class do not believe that something exists,
well,
you cannot blame the common Gambian man and the Gambian woman.
Like I told you, Bachili personally, that government, we sensitize. I will start from myself right now. Honestly, I should put a mask. I should put a mask talking to you.
Yes.
But we have a distance. It is our job as the leaders to tell our people the importance of this pandemic, not to tell our people how to vote for us to win the election December 4th. I'm sending my people, but I don't gather people. We do sport meeting. People who have the votes within the community, 4 or 5 social distance, talk to them. They will sensitize the people. Yes. But with that kind of crowd, it's a seriousness thing, man, seriously. I'm urging the government to bring
How do you also, assess the handling of the government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic? Just days or weeks ago, what you have seen is the government they advertised the names of more than 100 people who they say tested positive for COVID, but they simply did not respect whatever health protocol that is there. They didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is
so the way the government is going about handling this pandemic.
If I mention the former president name, you think he's my godfather.
He's your friend, yes.
But he's not my godfather. I told we need a civilized dictator. I'm not saying.
But he wasn't a civilized dictator.
But I said we need a civilized. He was tough. He was really tough.
But he wasn't a civilized dictator.
Well, he was tough.
But was he a civilized dictator?
Well, to me, he was tough.
No, but he wasn't a civilized dictator.
Well,
Let's clear that. You don't want to go in there. Let's clear that.
I'm not scared of anything.
Yes, let's clear that. He wasn't a civilized dictator.
He was a tough dictator.
How about a civilized dictator?
Well, civilized dictator is different with a tough dictator.
What is the difference?
A civilized dictator will give his measures, no compromise. Yes. A tough dictator, you don't have the gut to even compete.
Yes.
He's a tough dictator. If I use tough, yes, but I'm using a civilized dictator. Or Mr. President Barrow, like I told you, they need an urgency. The urgency for changes in Gambia is palpable. The Minister of Health, I respect him.
Yes.
He's a brother. But remember when he went to the assembly saying that there's corruption, so much corruption in it, he's confused. Can you remember? That means they're playing with our life. If I was the president there, I dare him. Because you signed performance agreement with me. My minister will sign a performance agreement with Bachili or whoever is going to lead GAP. You sign. Don't tell me you go to assembly telling me we have... then I will send you to Janjambure. Because yourself is corrupted then.
That is what you would have done?
Yes. No compromise. My brother, there is no compromise on that. Because I'm dealing with my people. Those people are the ones who voted us to be in the government. How can we play with their lives? Some people come to my house, they're complaining they don't have the funds, the COVID funds. Even the back of rice, they don't have it. They're complaining. They came to my house complaining. Even today, they're complaining. President Barrow, I'm urging, can you dissolve
now? But what?
Yes. Can you dissolve the cabinet now? Reset the whole game. I'm urging him to dissolve.
Why do you want him to dissolve the cabinet?
Because the cooperatives around him, they are fooling him. They are misleading him. They are telling him lies. Believe me.
And those are these cabinet ministers?
This is some of them, some of cabinet ministers, some of technocrats within the higher ranks and positions. They're not telling me the truth. Like I told you, they're sending me a Chinese net for Mugena for food for meat. And then put Ghana for we need to establish ACC, Anti-Corruption Agency called ACA or ACC Anti-Corruption Commission.
You had said that you wanted to head that.
If I had that, it takes me 90 days. No joke.
90 days.
With 100 people that I will employ it. Then I start cutting their wings. Before July, August, man, the whole world will know. Till then, I'm urging Mr. President Barrow with his cabinets, if he doesn't dissolve it, let them not play with the life of the people. Especially the Minister of Health. I have high regards for him. He knows before he become a minister, he's a man of word. He walk, he can do the job. But when he gets in the system, I'm confusing. It confused me. Are you with me?
Yes. If Barrow sacks his cabinet, who are there that he should
My brother, there's competent Gambians. They're not looking for job. They can do the job.
In this country?
In this country. Some of them are outside Gambia. We call them. Look at Dr. Mustafa Bite, the scientist in London. I was so happy to see a Gambian scientist doing miracles. And then when I read his story, when I listened to his story, it's sad. You have brilliant Gambians, they don't have funds for family. And the government money is our money, our resources. They are making me angry now, man. Boy, you them still learning what?
You don't have to get angry.
No, when I say angry, I'm getting disappointed. Today I will talk.
Of course,
and I'm really coming. I have been urging Mr. President Barrow. I'm telling him again vividly, with due respect. You might be clean, he might be clean. But the people around him, they're not telling me the truth. I will call a courteous call and I'll sit with him. I will give him the blueprint of those cabinet ministers. If he doesn't say anything, I'll come out and explode. I will tell the reality, the brutal truth. But do you want to pay our taxes? Struggling, the masses are paying their taxes, the commodities are rising. A packet of chicken costs $6.50, now it's $950. A bag of rice is $1,100, now it goes $1,300. If you want to eat a quality rice, you pay $1,900, $2,000. The Chinese are more corrupted than the Chinese are corrupted. And I'm urging Mr. President Barrow, we want to see the contract between the China versus Gambia, European versus the Gambian government, Senegal versus the Gambian government. Our seal needs to be closed immediately. We close the no Tetsungegbi, minimum 1 year, maximum 2 years. No Rahasungegbi, yep. And when we reopen the gate, the whole Gambia will be happy. River Gambia, why are they allowed the Chinese to put out their trawlers in River Gambia? Mr. Njai, the trawlers should be in the Atlantic Ocean of Gambia Sea, not in our River Gambia. Who are the Chinese? Corporate social responsibility, yes. We have mad love for them. We can work with them based on our mutual interest, not on their interest. Coming up, building our roads, the cheap roads they're building, man. Taking billions of dollars out of Gambia. We are rich. We are rich, like I keep telling you. But if our elites are corrupted,
Yes.
if our elites are misleading these educated elites, thinking they know ABC, they don't know anything. All they know is to reform their pockets. Mr. Njai, President Barrow next week now book an appointment with him or early March before my Congress.
Oh, your Congress is coming.
Yes, if he fails, the whole entire nation fails. If he succeed, the whole entire nation succeed. This is not about Bachile Gap or UDP or NPP or GDC. This is about Gambian. The election is not coming here. We need to help the president because our country is sinking. The sovereignty is gone.
When you talk about the sovereignty, you're talking about the economic, right?
I'm talking about whoever is dictating us.
Who is dictating us?
I think the whole world is dictating, but certain countries are reformed. And remember when I heard the article out even about a week ago, and they said the economic, they are turning them into policing. I have no problem. We are very grateful to the economic. There was no war zone in the country. We can do the job ourselves. We have competent Gambians who can reform our security sector. Well, intelligent brothers, you understand? And then we are grateful. I'm not saying the economic should leave immediate. No. Yeah, they know. We all appreciate them. We want the top dictator to go. You understand? But he did good too. We have to appreciate him. You understand? And then they left. He left. At the time they said the economic should stay, that time collapsed. They're still saying. So are they securing the Gambians or are they securing the government? Okay. Now they change. They said they will extend to becoming to policing. My men worried. Our men worried. We, the led government, and any concerned citizens. Our men worry is Ivory Coast. You have Togo. You have Senegal, Ghana. Ghana, yes. Franco Anglophone. We have the same criminal justice system, judicial system, but these are French. Ça va. 3 savas with oui. It's confusing me.
It won't work.
It will work. They close the front door. The front door is closed. They are coming back behind the back door to control and dictate our sovereignty. Bachile said no. Any concerned citizens no. Gap-led government said no. We will do our recommendation as a political. This is not about Hasidia. This is about Gambian security. This is not about I want the crown, I want the seat also. This is about Gambia. Then we need to help Mr. President Barrow. Sending our recommendation. I'm telling all political parties, let's join hands and we send our proper recommendation that we need Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, English countries. We have the same laws. We can share the same ideas. When they come, if there's any justification, let the president talk to us. While I'm scared that this, we can understand. Okay, because our servicemen, I love them to the core. But I want them, I'm urging the servicemen and women in Gambia, do not be loyal to any leader. Being a president, be loyal to your country. Because remember, those servicemen, they are the one protecting us.
But then here is the
Can I continue? Let me,
yes,
please.
Of course.
The servicemen, I want them to be loyal to the country. Not any leader. They should, if you see you and I, we're sitting here, they're protecting us. So they should not be loyal to any political leaders or any president. They should be loyal to the country. If they see any president or any leaders want to put a jeopardize or want to put a chaos in this country, they should warn the person. Some of the leaders, I heard they say, listen, they said we're gonna make this country ungovernable. That's a threat. How can you, if you love Gambia at heart, we love Gambia at heart. Why I'm saying that I'll make this government, like Bachile says, I'll make Barrow government, coalition-led government ungovernable. I'm a threat. I should go to jail, man. They should arrest me immediately. But I should tell Mr. President, we have recommendation. It was, the top dictator was not easy. The man was powerful. He was, and he's still powerful, let me tell you that. He was and he's still powerful.
Yes.
You understand? So, that was, let me tell you the truth. This coalition government, they betray each other. This serving political party, boy, they jump and take. You understand? President Barrow, he loves UDP. Honestly,
He loves UDP?
No, before.
Before, yes.
The Flem Buga Sohol for Vlajuge.
Yes.
You understand? When he came out, they won the election. I'm telling you the truth.
Yes.
They won the election. He has that love for UDP, that mad love. And he brought the top UDP people in the government. I'm not here to disrespect any political party.
Yes.
We're just dialoguing to people to understand.
Of course.
So boom in the UDP that they start, anywhere you go is the UDP people in the government.
Yes.
Some of the coalition members, they start elbowing them.
Yes.
When I look, remember, when
UDP did that. UDP people did that.
No,
they started elbowing.
No, I didn't. Don't put word in my mouth.
Okay, what did you say?
I want you to break it down.
What did you say?
I said we saw.
Yes.
We, the political opposition parties. I don't know. Let me speak on behalf of God.
Of course.
As when I look at the whole institution, I'm seeing UDP members in the government. And it's not only UDP that voted for coalition, man. My people, my former party, GDC, some of the people, I'm talking about thousands of thousands, they came to me and said, Bachili, we cannot believe you guys alone can win this election. Sorry, Bachili, I will vote for coalition. I just want the tough dictator to go. I said, no, my brother, give it to me. I love, my former party.
Yes.
You understand? He said, no, we can't. Thousands of thousands. You understand? So
meaning even GDC supporters voted for the coalition?
Yeah, they voted for the coalition. Thinking that they want the top dictator, Jammeh, to go. That was the reason. Seriously, believe me.
They didn't want Jammeh to go?
If at that time,
yes. Wanted him to go.
At that time.
Why?
Because people were complaining about him. People say he's tough. They need democracy. They're scared. They were. Everybody was saying.
Were you scared?
No, me, I never said, man. I started campaigning in 2015 against Jammeh. People used to run away from me.
You were never scared?
No, who? Bachili? For what? For what?
The guy can be ruthless. So that's why a lot of people were scared. So
one thing about me, before me. For my jar dara du yengal xol bi xam nga lu wara yengal xol bi su ma def lu bon against Allah's will bo ma de ragal lo I have never disrespected Jammeh, but I told him the reality. I will fought. He left. So let me continue this part.
Yes.
Then Barrow himself betrayed some of the coalition members because he was not listening to them. Anything you come about, no. Because he has trust in his former party.
UDP.
And then they took advantage. I'm not here to criticize anybody. Brutal truth. Even my father was the leader of UDP, Alhaji Hussein Yali Bachili. I would tell Mbaba, you betray Gambia. From foreign office.
So Dabo betrayed Gambia?
No, not Gabo. Listen, don't put word in my mouth, man.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you my man. I got much love for you. Don't ever look me. I ain't scared of none. I'm a political leader. I have a right to sensitize my people.
Of course.
Now, Barrow, to some of them, was listening to Dabo. Dabo was not there. Astaghfirullah. I made a mistake. I should not call him Dabo. Baba Hussein was not there.
Yes.
No matter what, even if I'm the president of the whole dunya, I would never call him that name.
Yes.
Baba Hussein Dabo was not there. Are you with me? Yes. So those people come in. He has power from foreign secretary to vice president, and they kick him out.
Yes.
You understand? So, but the system in there, up to today, is the UDP people in the game.
Up to today?
Up to today.
They are still in position?
They're in the game. This cross-carpeting, I'm telling the president, I'm not me. Whoever cross-carpet.
What do you make of the cross-carpeting?
The cross-carpeting, let me tell you, some will go just to chop, reform. President Barrow, that money doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the Gambian. We know you guys, when you guys were coming to power, they told those guys, let's declare the assets.
Yes.
None of them declare the assets. None. Some of them are built. I told you, some ministers, I'll be ready for them now. That's why I want to talk to the president. I'll make a courtesy call and warn him some of his ministers. They are chopping the money, President Barrow. If maybe 60-40. He might know 40, he might know 60%. Now for some of the ministers are buying houses. I repeat it, I'm ready for them, and they know themselves. They know themselves. You can do anything, try to defame me, but I'm coming out. And no joke, huh? But before I come out,
and you have evidence for
my
this?
brother, I got more than evidence. Me aron bachili boy, another majif. You see, leadership. I want my people to believe in themselves, not to believe in me. Look, my quality of leadership. I want governments new mom sumbopa. Don't muna nyanya dohman ndewo and rare. That's why 55 years still we begging for lunch, breakfast, dinner. That's madness. Are you with me? Let me continue. Then now, when they see the gameplay, Mr. President Barrow, I spoke to the top aide in the system of coalition government that he wanted to hand over to the presidency and resign and give it to Baba Dabo.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
But I don't know what fallout. Barrow betrayed some of the coalition members. He used to kick them out, firing them for no reason. Now those coalition members that he fired, they are supporting him again. Baba Omar Jallo, OJ, Jallo, he was fighting, but now he's fighting.
Yes.
You know, others. You understand? So when I look at that metaphor, man, the calculation in and out, man of the gameplay, then when our president see the reality, boom, wow, it's too late. He betrayed. I'm gonna bugil. Love is madness, man. When you love somebody, you do something wrong. He loved UDP. He used to love UDP crazy. He was not listening to anyone until the eyes Operation Nyayele Kabejanjan came to him.
That was when
he started calculating the fallout. They fall out. They start insulting each other. They start, no, you don't insult leaders. A leader cannot insult another leader. Not your surrogate.
But that is what our politics is turning into. The politics of
if the members of parliament, the MPs should put immediately in the constitution whoever insults you go on straight. And if I'm not mistaken, but I'll verify that, they said in our constitution 1997, I'm not talking about President Barrow, former president, if he's insulted, if I insult Jammeh, brutal insult, I should be charged.
Of course.
So why are we insulted?
That's tradition, yes.
Why are we insulted? They took advantage. I told Mr. President Barrow, Bull said that a long time ago. A president, civilized dictator. When I call civilized dictator, didn't phone I durlas Renault. Measurement bunga hamne, there's no compromise. Hello, Defnako, Jobulenko. Court Bilungwa, system below Lila, there's no compromise. Bring $1 million, we put you on your $1 million Janjambure. Are you with me, Mr. Njai? Now, coming to the, I want to bring something more specific for the Gambians to understand.
Yes.
But I want Gambians, they go my hell. Wouldn't you for senator to government be more in land, more in Facebook, in the world? No. Listen to me so that you can learn something out of me.
It's important.
Very important. Then, when President Barrow see the whole gameplay, Namun he jamfana some of my colleagues remember because the love I got for UDP jampako. UDP nyoko jamfa.
They did, huh? They
betrayed. Manjai.
How did they betray? That's the question here.
That's the beautiful question here. Number one, Baba Hussein, he was not there when the coalition was made. He was behind bars. Due respect to him. There is some competent UDPs that I know of. Very competent. They know proper measures. They were there. They selected. Barrow was not accidental mistake. Okay. Wallahi, if Allah said Barrow would never be president, he would never. Let him have all the degrees. Let him have all the $1 billion. He would never be. But Allah chose him. He loved UDP. He used to love UDP. He gave waves to them. Look at the whole ambassadors are all UDPs, man. Majority. Mm-hmm. Are you with me? Yes. Then you look at the high institutions. They pretend they love me. I know the system. They know me. Let them challenge me. Let them challenge me. Me, I'm not those political leaders who do sorry coming away. No, but you leader for all now, then the president know the truth. Okay, legi jahasu nyubala lante. Yala muna bun sacha nyunge sacha. Yala muna bun jalo nyunge jalo. Yala muna kirte after them joy 3 o'clock in the night you sujud or you go however you pray non-Muslim you cry to Allah, He forgives. The money, Mr. President, let's come as a uniform, Gambian uniform. Before election, let's unite to bring our sovereignty back. Jamfabi dafa turu be pare. So su turu be pare lute nyunge sagate. Jasuna. Let's take holders come. I keep saying, I remember all political leaders, including President Barrow, we should have a uniform WhatsApp group twice a month. The last day of a month, even a Saturday, he invites us. He's the head of state. Take a place, we sit, we talk about the Gambian issues. It's us. If our surrogate see me and Papa Hussein second hand, me and Dr. Ismail say hugging, me and Kande talking, smiling, you know, like whoa, look at the leaders, they loving each other. But how you call our surrogate? There is one group, how you call WhatsApp group, anything. They send the audios. I was crying like a baby.
So there is a WhatsApp group called
anything. I don't know which it belongs to. But they insult. They insult in that language. I was scared.
You were scared.
I was scared that a human being can utter those words.
Yes.
And I'm urging Mr. President Barrow, put an emergency law immediately. Whoever insult our leaders or insult, in fact, the whole entire Gambia, they should be jailed. Charge. Heavy fine. If we do that, believe me, we'll stop the insulting. The Moneka problem. Now let's talk about our resources.
Yes.
Let's talk about the corruption now. Let me get to the corruption.
Get to the resources.
Let me get to the corruption.
Yes. Let me bring you a little bit back.
Okay, big man. No
you have a lot of political leaders in this country. You are among them.
The controversial. I'm the best. I'm the worst controversial.
You are the least controversial.
No, not the least. I'm called the most controversial. They all know that.
Why are you the
because when they go on I come with the truth. No sugarcoat. But with respect. I tell the truth with respect. Let them feel, boy Njai, if we really love Gambia at heart, why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? You said you want Gambia to develop. People are now looking for job. Me and others, we can do the job. I can bring 10,000 Gambians who can do the job.
I want to bring you something, back to something. The issue of the political leaders, politicians, the top civil society leader in the country. What he said is that the problem of this country is beyond the Barrow government. What he is saying is that it is the politicians who are causing us all the problems.
I totally agree with him.
Vis-a-vis parliamentarians. But these parliamentarians, what we have understood is that they work hand in glove with their leaders, their political leaders. You are a political leader. Now you have a top civil society leader being so brutal about it in terms of speaking what he thinks is the truth, to say that these are the people that are causing this country a problem, and you are a political leader. How do you feel about that?
I totally agree with that civil servant. You know why?
So you are part of those people.
Who agree?
That's what he is saying.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You are the problem of this
country. No, listen, no.
That is what he is saying.
Hold on. He said political leaders.
Yes, he said political leaders.
Okay.
I'm saying, as a political leader, are you accepting that assessment?
We as GAP-led government, the statement is right, but we are GAP-led government, we're not involved. And I think some concern. Listen, let me come.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
During the campaign of parliamentary campaign, the whole agreed that it should be coalition members, MPs.
Yes.
Because it was a coalition government. It was not GDC government. It was not APRC government. It was not UDP government. By that time, I was not yet created.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a coalition government. They should have a coalition MPs. This was signed and agreed. Technical comes. You know, they use gameplay here.
Yes.
And that gameplay is what? UDP has 31 votes, members. And others have 5. Game close. How? When you guys are coalition members. It's funny. It was said coalition members, coalition government, it should be coalition MPs. So why?
That was really that one way of going about it.
Yeah, and if they would have done that, listen, if they would have done that, there is no problem. There would be no problem. Everything will go smooth. You understand? But now when this party led start having this, now look at some of the UDP MPs, they resigned from UDP. They're with Mr. Barrow. But yet to be NPP. There's no NPP government there. It's yet to be. If Allah bless him, he win the election. Because winning is in the hands of Allah. We pray. I want to win. They want to win. But the real winning depends on the papers.
Will you win?
Huh?
Will GAP win?
My man, let me tell you about GAP. I'm the GAP that you help. GAP, I'm telling you, sign it. GAP, number one, we are a decision maker. Either we win or we are part of the 50% of the government coming in. Sadaka Dai. Inshallah, biiznillah ta'ala azza wa jal. Will help. I love people to undermine me, to belittle me. Allah don't like that. I repeat again.
Those are really the people who upset the things when you get belittled. And
that's the time they belittle President Barrow. Now stop of them. Belittle be more tired, all this problem comes. If you belittle someone, that means you are the most inhuman.
But do you really think that President Barrow was belittled? Because here is a man who led the biggest opposition party at the time. So there was no such thing as belittling.
My brother, if you, who can tell Jammeh, I'll make your government ungovernable? Who can tell President Jammeh, I'll make your government ungovernable?
Who told President Barrow that he is going to make his government ungovernable?
And Mr. Boy, yeah, you heard it. You are a journalist, man. I even read it on Fatu Network many times. I don't know who posted it.
But who said that? Who said that?
You heard, you know.
No, but I don't know. But maybe the listeners.
Brother, you know.
Maybe the listeners do. So do you have
the listeners? I will tell is the UDP. Baba Hussein that day when he tell them I shed tears. I said,
he said he was going to make his government
ungovernable.
How come I missed that? I didn't
you
see
cannot.
That
don't
anywhere.
play me. Don't please, sir.
No,
I have high regards for you,
no,
man.
I'm not
Can
playing
you go?
you.
No, please.
I'm
please,
not
We're not debating here. Yeah, you know I like you, man.
Of course.
But sometimes
we are brothers.
don't bring this.
You know, I want to make these things because when you came in, you said you were going to speak on anything.
I will speak everything. Bawu Senu with highest regard. That's the biggest mistake he said. Or one of the biggest mistakes. He should. If Bachili said that, I will withdraw that statement immediately.
You'll take it back.
I will apologize sincerely, and I'm urging him, Bawu Senu, don't let people don't follow your temper. Bawu Senu, I have high regards for you. You are my papa, like same papa same day. Usenu Bachili, Usenu Dabo, they are very close. People think those are like this.
They're friends,
and they know each other. They nafa each other. And the same love we got for Babu, listen to me, the day MPs, UDP have that one MP, they kill one of the bull in our house. I was not UDP, but it's the love, the mutual love as a brother, him and my father, we allow him. And then same thing, if I win, I can slaughter the bull, not because of political gameplay, but the love he got me for son. When I see my father make error, I will tell him, he should not say that word. And I'm urging Bawu Senu, you are a leader. You've been in the game for 20-something years. It's Allah who make presidents. Make dua. If you are meant to be, you're going to be. If you're not, you cannot be. But when as a leader, we should learn from you. We should learn from you. But sometimes when I see them, even some of them, they insulting each other. For what?
But it would appear that it is Bawu Hussein who's...
no, it does. Let me. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Listen, I even mentioned, look at the tour. They interview me, the tour of people meet the tour. I said, Mr. President Barrow, if I was Mr. President, some of the ministers will fire them. Like Ahmad Ba. He went to the media telling, yes, Mr. President Barrow, Sarahbun Lawa, Sarahbun Lawa won, Mantasem Sarah Lenwa. Compranga so but naka nga gene sa boss bi ak buma gene suma boss bi sa boss bi mo correct lo ta nga win. Oh, that means this man he doesn't like Mr. President Barrow. You're undermining. How can you tell Masarah in public? You are going there to meet the people's store. Listen to me. To meet people's store, to understand the issue of the people, what they need, what they lack. If it's under the Ministry of Tourism, I'm about to talk to them. And then the technocrats are there will take. If it's under the Minister of Foreign Affairs, you talk to them. For example, but you are coming to tell Masaraha in public, me Bachili as a president. The minister, the moment he's opened that mouth, the letter is going to him, you are fired. You're fired. For what? My secrecy. That's why I say, Mr. President Barrow, I will call a courtesy call on him. I will mention 6 ministers who are looting the funds of the Gambians, proper evidences. And if they defy me, let them challenge me. Mr. President Barrow, he might not be corrupted. You know, you could be clean, but if your surroundings are corrupted and you don't do strict measures to stop them, they will call you considered as a corrupt too. Seriously, Bachili.
They'll corrupt you too.
No. Listen, you have to listen with me. As the president or a gap-led government, I'm Secretary General.
Yes.
If my institution, my executive members are corrupt, surrounding me are corrupt, and I know they are corrupt, and I kept quiet, not taking proper measures, I'm corrupt too. So I'm urging him. He's my big brother. I want him to leave legacy. We have no Hasidia syndrome in our heart. Operation Yum Sumom Sumboba. I'm not so Mum Saboba. Don't make a Hasidi. Operation Mumum Sumboba. Gambians, they hate each other. We cannot support each other. You have a Gambian with a brilliant idea. Instead, look at Mustafa Bite, the one, the scientist who have UK. If I was the president, I would tell him to leave. Come, I'll pay. Like I told you, minimum salary based on Gab-led government is $30,000 based on merits.
30,000
minimum.
Are you saying that is going to be the basic minimum?
Minimum.
Where are you going to get that money from?
My brother, are we poor? The River Gambia alone.
Well, that is what it looks like.
And we now poor. Look at the black sand. The machine that processed the black sand cost $25 million. I mean, you know me, I make my research. Cost $25 million. $25 million. Yes. That machine can create over 4,000 employees. And then black sand, when you process it, when you define it as sand, it gives you 17 types of different resources. Yes. You have uranium, sometimes you have uranium in the black sand, you have gold, you have platinum, you have aquamarine, you name it. Those are billions of dollars. Are you with me? So why? And the deposit of the black sand in Khartoum is different than the one in Sanyang. In Gunjur, we have the sulfate, the sand that you can mix with chemical. We have our cement factory. We don't need to import cement. There's things here that we know of, and they know of. How
did you know?
Oh, my brother,
all of this?
If you want to be a leader, you tell your people what they have so that they can believe in themselves. But don't let your surrogate believe you as a leader, then you're not a leader. You are power hungry.
No, the question is, how did you
How do I make my research? I talk to people who knows Gambia, who were in the system. Babil Mansa, Kekendo, he knows all. And people
earlier you called him the tough dictator, now you said Kekendo.
Kekendo, you know why?
What does that mean?
I like you.
Yes.
He protected our sovereignty.
Yes.
He protected our sovereignty. Yes. And he protected the security system he has. He protected himself and his government. That he won the power. You know he loves the power. Everybody knows that. Yes. He protected that. He protects the sovereignty. No one can play any game with our resources. The only problem he has, is like he put a fear in the Gambians, which I don't like.
But not you. Certainly not.
No, certain people. If I don't want people to fear me. Let me tell you, I'm a civilized dictator. When I'm in the power, the Gambians will love even the. Listen. Can I come? Don't cut me off.
Appoint me information minister.
Yeah.
So if that happens, you're going to fire me.
No, if you play with the game,
you will fire me.
My brother, I will sign a performance agreement with you,
yes.
Lamin Jai.
Yes.
Honorable Lamin Jai, yes. Information technology, whatever you call it.
Yes.
You write your performance agreements. I said I need 75% performance.
Yes. If I don't give
listen to me. Yes. 1 year. My brother, when I come there 1 year, you start giving me 74.5, you're gone.
74.5, I'm gone. You will send me home.
Yeah, you're gone, man. Don't mind the
Well, I will
look at our working ethics. Look at our working ethics. When people think, when Gambians sometimes them are their joy.
Yes.
They don't understand people with visions. When Thomas, they don't appreciate when Thomas Sankara revived the economy of Burkina Faso. Our puppets, our African puppet leaders, they sold him to the West. They killed him. They refused to give him a funeral, state funeral. The French Mitterrand has to involve to make sure. No, let's give him state funeral because he was brutally. You know why? These African leaders are puppet to the West. Me, I love the West. I respect them. But based on what? Corporate social responsibility. You don't want that? Leave me alone. I will maintain. They don't want that. So you, gisna, danga wara olu sabopa, so gub sabopa, kindula chahane. So Babili Mansa protected the sovereignty. And when he was leaving, he told my President Barrow, don't play with our security today. If I was President Barrow, or I was in that government, I said, Barrow man, don't let Jammeh leave. Ask me why? I would tell, you know what? Give him the immunity. Don't punish him. Don't arrest him. Give him that security.
But
no, let me continue. Don't cut me off.
Yes.
Don't bulkodef dara. You understand? Tell them the international, let them hold him. Mujahma power transition be. Then I will protect him. You know why? He's our former leader. He knows this country. The man, I don't know academically, but the man is a genius. He knows the game.
How is he a genius?
Oh, my brother.
What has he done
What
has he done special? Tell me, something that is special that Jammeh did that made him a genius.
Okay. During Jammeh regime, security, the sovereignty is the best. Sovereignty is the best.
So it takes a genius to give
sovereignty. Is not easy. Njai Kunda suma mesa secret na layap. Njai Kunda wanam your secret na malayap. Barrow is in the State House. They're watching him. Yes. When Allah bless him, if Allah bless him, he win and I'm part of the government, that State House is a museum.
Why?
They cannot watch us again.
Why are you going?
If Barrow listen,
where would you
we're going to build a new state house.
Why are you going to move it?
I want to be honest, I want to move the capital to Jara.
Jara, which Jara?
Soma.
You want to take it to Soma?
You know why? Ask me. If we build the capital city in Jara, the rural area start developing. Transformation, the urgency for changes in Gambia is palpable.
Now, you don't have roads. You don't have roads.
My brother, we can...
You have just one road.
My brother.
You have just one road and you want to take the capital, the State House, to Jara Soma. And you'll have people move from...
My brother, when we start mining our resources based on merits, we will never beg till we die. Our generation coming will never beg. They will just multiply. Proper institution will be laid down for them. Money will just generate. No compromise. Bad leadership. Bad leadership doesn't mean the president alone. The whole technocrats, when we power, dissolve. They know, boy, mawaladra, soon future be suyahe. Mema, don't cut me off when I'm talking, Mr. Njai. Sometimes, I love you, my brother. Okay. What's the name again? If our future generation is destroyed now, there will be no future for us. This is the right time. Brutally work, vigorously transformative, no compromise. Tomorrow will be sweet for them. When I'm in my graveyard, you and I will say, Alhamdulillah, all praise due to Allah Azza wa Jal. Are you with me? Let's go back to the corruption again. I'm urging Mr. President Barrow to now, next week, ECC.
Well, the bill is before the parliament.
It's 2018 when the former Minister of Interior, what's his name again?
Minister of Justice.
Minister of Justice, Minister of Justice, what's his name again? About time day from 2018. He said that they will implement it in July up to today. You know why?
Why?
Corruption. I mean the system.
So are you saying that they sat on it? They stepped there?
To me, they are. So now I'm urging Mr. President to put it. Let him hire Bachili, because no compromise on me. Even if it's meant to be my own family.
You want to be the head of the anti-corruption?
I have know how to do it. I talk to people who know.
How would you let's get into the specifics. Bachili as head of the anti-corruption commission.
Some people, the moment they say that,
how are you
the moment they just mention that, someone will run. Just hear that they will run.
Your name.
They will know that I'm coming. They will run.
Why?
Because the employees that I will bring in, they will pay them by merits. They will never be corrupted. Number one. We will come to you as a human being. Say, look, this is the bill here that you stole. $100. For example, you stole $100. It's all. Bring the money back. Simple. And you sign that, yes, you stole. You suturala. But if you, now we expose you.
That's how you're going to go about fighting corruption?
Yo, you go. Straight, come into your house. Straight, with all the proof of evidences. You cannot deny.
Can Bajili be ever corrupted?
There is nothing that can corrupt me on earth. You see, there's two types of corruption. The wickedness corruption.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We all corrupt in the eyes of Allah.
Yes.
Corrupt.
How?
How? Sometimes you can call me. You say, oh boy, Njai, Bachili, the mom li back ma. But when I look at the urgency of it, but it will never affect anyone, I'll back you. It's corrupt, but I still back you. Because I don't want you to be ashamed. But when it's national interest, I will say, no. Because this is the future. Are you with me? In human nature, corrupt is, facade is in human nature, but we can minimize it. Look at our environment. Look at the trees we cut in. You go to Europe, you think they're in jungle. You see them?
Of course.
Europe looks like a jungle. They breathe on that carbon dioxide from the trees. We spit out the oxygen, the trees survive, and we are cutting our trees. That's why we have all kind of disease, man. Jai, look at the kidney. I love this cousin of mine, might take a file, man. May Allah forgive him. May Allah grant him Jannah with all the part of Muslim soul. The man died of kidney. If money can save him, he's from a big boy family. They can save. Look at how many kids people are dying, young ages are dying with kidney problem because of the food we're consuming. Let's go back to the farm. We have. Look at even, so drive a lady from Khartoum to Wilibana. You see all over Gambia. We're not in a raising system. It's all green. You know why? We have the best water, the soil. The soil is 75% iron. I want to tell Gambia we're not poor. Our resources are poorly managed through the hands of few corporate greeds. And those corporate greeds, I'm telling you guys, when I talk to the president and I have the justification from him that him is this, then I'll come. I will blow their names for the future. If they want to create any kind of defamation against me, let them come. Bring it on. Or bring with evidence there. Because if you don't bring with evidence, more shame on you. I'm a human. I don't play with the compromise of Gambia. I want Gambia to understand Bachele. I want you to understand the vision that I have for the country, the heart that I have for the country. Let them understand that. I don't support President Barrow, but I don't work with him myself. But I will support him for the interest of the country. But when I find out he doesn't love the interest of the country, I will rebel against him.
But then here is the little inconsistency. You've registered your great reservations about the Barrow administration and how they are going about it. You said he's surrounded by corrupt people. And now you are saying you are going to defend him.
No. You see, Mr. Njai, I like you. You are very.
That's what you've said.
You are a technical journalist.
That's
right?
what you said.
No. What I said. Yes. If I'm working with him, not if when I. If I'm.
You said you will support him until otherwise.
I will support. No. If Barrow is for the national, like now, the recommendation of the economic policing. Yes. I'm supporting him. If that chaos come out, yes. Who's gonna suffer? We the Gambians. Yes. Are you with me? Yes. We the Gambians suffering. Yes. But if I bring my recommendation and all political parties bring the positive recommendation, he succeed. We succeed. But when we bring our recommendation, or when Gablet bring our recommendation and he use it for his own interest, that's what I'm saying. The moment I sense that in him, I will rebel against him. Whoever.
Now, what do you make of? We will get to more issues, but I want to ask you your opinion as a political leader on the problems the leaders of the opposition 3 years are facing. They got discharged by the court and then they were rearrested, charged afresh. As a political leader, what do you make of this political group and some of the problems that they are facing?
Okay, I respect them. They have the right to exercise their constitutional rights. Okay, these 3 years, did I tell you was said by the government, by the coalition government? And those 3 years, they are members of a political party. And some of the political party members, leader, Bausen even said, yes. Me, I heard it, said whoever said 3 years while he was there, yes. I'll take it to court.
Bausen said that.
Bausen, I don't know whether he said on behalf of UDP, Allah knows. But he said that. But he is the leader of UDP. Are you with me? So when he get out from the government, they start talking about 3 years. So to me, 3 years, please.
But do you not think their rearrest is politically motivated? Because there is absolutely nothing. It would appear that the state was just about losing that case when they came with this withdrawal.
To be honest, I didn't follow 3 years journal because to me it's irrelevant. But you talking to me right now, I will go to the IGP. He's a good brother. I will ask him, what's the justification?
You'll go there.
Yeah. Before I make my own statement. You see, in leadership, don't just jump. Ask for justification. If the justification is said by the IGP, and I'll go to my lawyers, They bring this right, then also if then I'll bring proper statement that no, this is wrong. But look, we should thank a coalition government led by Barrow. Freedom of speech. You get saga Barrow Yayab. You get saga Barrow Lee. You get Barrow. Who is rich? Who is rich here, man? In the eyes of Allah, we are fuqara. And this
How about in the eyes of people?
In the eyes of people, yes, we some of them are rich.
Yeah.
But when you look at the political history, the leaders, tycoon family.
But you came from it.
Yeah, but no, for me,
you came from a diamond dealer.
Yes, everybody, even the political leaders, they know that.
They know that.
Hey, they know who's Hussein Ali. They know him. If we gonna say, let's proud of our father.
Do you still have diamonds? Do you have some at the house? Today we will talk about everything today.
You see.
Do you have some in the house?
And well, some of the brothers are working in the mind. Okay, but let's come to the square one now. Yes. This is the problem.
Yes.
So 3 years Jotna, I don't want them to re-arrested them, drop in the charity as that justification. I want to ask IGP if there's a true motive behind it. The best thing we dialogue. I wrote that letter to the president.
Yes.
Me, if I'm a leader and I see some of them can, I say call them. We sit. I say,
yes.
What's your opinion? Let's dialogue, disagree to agree. Gisnga Sufakin will love Gambia heart, brother. So how you call unite with someone, you forget. But temper will never lead you to anywhere. Are you with me? I know some people insult me. But let them be in their home. I'm talking about this negative government called Facebook. Let them sit in their house and think that you one day when you are insulting, you are recorded by 2 angels. Yom al Khiyamah, if you stand in front of me, you say Bachilu Sumahamadu Malasaga. I'm not talking here on behalf of Bachilu Kunda. Yes. I'm talking here on behalf of Gambia Kunda. Our father, your father, my father tried for us. That's why you and I we sitting here. What we have for our kids. I'm really happy today, like I repeat again, Mustafa Bite. Do you know how many Mustafa Bite are in Gambia, in outside, who are scientists and are well known yet? Do you know how many Gambians are there? Look at this interest. Like I told you, I was talking to one of our executive members. We want to open a trade between Gambians in here and Gambian outside Gambians, all over the continent. European continent, Asian continent, American continent, South America. Gambians will open a trade that will generate billions of dollars.
How are you going to talk about that?
People who stay in Spain, you understand? Gambians should employ themselves there. The goods that they need, the Gambians goods from here, we export it there. And we import the goods from there and bring it in. You get trade in Mali. Gambians neka Mali, Gambians neka Senegal, yes. Gambians neka Mauritania, you name it. You're going to have huge economic power like you. Let's think about how to reform our economic sector. Now sitting down here, you definitely, dugananale, cross-carpeting, dugananale. I'm urging Mr. President, some of them are cross-carpeting just to chop. Oh, they're not with you there.
They're not with him.
They're not with you.
Now, in terms of people cross-carpeting to,
they have the right to cross
action party.
You see,
have you been receiving people?
Well, I swear that you'll be shocked, man. You see, me, I don't.
What is gaps? I have asked you, and I'll ask you.
No, before you go that question. You see, we don't need the elites, those political elites with names. They cannot do anything. You know what? They depend on the grassroots. They go run on the boy. President may $1 million. The president might give you $2 million. They lie to the president, and then take that $2 million. They give those people 150,000. Timbalema, those grassroots. Those are the ones giving those political elite names. We attack the grassroots. Those are cross-carpeting from political parties to GAP. Those are the key. No, like they will law. This is not this elite. Suit and tie. Sorry, I like your suit. I like your tie. This suit and tie.
Suit and tie.
After you read the lake, I saw them send Andre cost about $10,000. The roots. Bachile is fighting for the roots. Lord Ragal Makin. My brother, let's go to election.
I have seen someone, before we go to the election, and the voter registration, I've seen someone write something about you saying that you are a sort of a Robin Hood, someone who would take from people here and then go and give it to somebody that needs it. Do you do that?
Mr. Jai, gis nga sa word bi Yagana Lawa, when we're talking about visions and missions, do not bring my...
We will get to that.
Do not bring
not really some of the problems you are facing.
You see me,
but this is
up to today, Bachili Ali, Musa Hussein Ali Bachili. When I see somebody suffering, I have the connection to get it from, I don't have it immediately. I will do till they put me in Makabur. I'm here for humanity. My father, people who know, I'm challenging even Ba Hussein Udabo to come out and say my father was doing the same thing. Hussein Ali, a multi-millionaire. You come to him, you say your problem. He doesn't have it with him. He make phone calls like you say Robin Hood. That means it's a compliment. To solve people's issues.
Exactly.
That's a big compliment.
Exactly.
But the word Robin Hood, I don't like. If you say the one who has good heart, Robin Hood is a European name.
It's a European name. You don't like the name.
I don't want the European name.
Now let's.
So you see somebody wiping people's tears for sake of Allah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, whoever said that question, I'm proud of him, because he knows that that's me up to tomorrow. I will do it. Now I will never steal. But to ask my brother, my money got shut off. I'm getting it next week. Can I have 10,000? I'll tell the person I'm giving it to someone, huh? But Chile, I say, please, he give. When I give to the person, that person will be happy. I will have a reward. He has a reward, and I pay him back. Okay, sometimes when the payment got delayed, those are the ones talking when.
And they want to drag you.
They want to
police.
Police. They want to even call me on ICC. I'll just laugh.
You'll just laugh.
The only thing that Bachili will scare of is like to destroy people. And
what is Gambia Action Party's standpoint or position on the delay in the voter registration?
Well, like I told you, I told IEC, have high regards for them. Uncle Mamad Njai and his executive members, all are urge neutrality. The reason delaying is not them, it's Allah who decreed it. It's Allah who decreed. If Allah who decreed that will be delayed, we can propose and everything. If Allah says, even if Allah said December 4 when the election, what time or something will come up. God forbid, I want December, but something will come up. But I'm asking them to neutrality. Let IEC, they are independent, let them remain independent, and I believe in them. I'm not saying it for political statement. I trust them. They can do the job. They can deliver. Let it be independent neutrality. When time comes for registration, let them be vigilant. Yes. Who are the Gambians? Let them give them voters. If you're not Gambian, they kick you out. Neutrality. Let them be honest to Gambians. And I urge and I believe they are.
Now, they've also, the Supreme Court, Bibi Dabo and co went to the Supreme Court asking the court that citizens who live abroad should be allowed to vote, and the Supreme Court held that it is absolutely wrong to say that those Gambians who do not live in this country shouldn't vote, and they instructed or ordered the IEC to register them to vote in the election. How does that affect the country's political equation?
Well,
do you think certain political parties stand to benefit more than the others?
In anything in the world, there must be disadvantage. In COVID-19, people are millionaires. In the COVID-19, people turn to be millionaires.
Of course.
And this is a pandemic.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And people are, the billionaires are having problems. So that's part of nature. In anything, people,
But you support it?
I'm supporting because they're Gambians. They have the right to vote. Even Gambia handicaps have the right to vote. So it is the Gambian constitutional citizen constitution for guy vote. So I'm glad the Supreme Court has passed that rule.
Would you ask the government to also find a way of making sure that Gambian prisoners also vote, because they are not allowed to vote?
As in America, the prisoners vote? I'm asking you.
I didn't know.
Okay, in other countries in Africa, let's not use them in America. Senegal, the prisoners vote? They arrested. Let's give them. But if to me, they are Gambians, but they're not on. They're under pressure. They're arrested, so they don't have their freedom.
So you think they should not vote? That's your position.
Well, to me, as Gambian, as a Bachili led government, if we are there, we'll create a room for them to vote because they're Gambians.
Because they are Gambians.
Yeah.
Now, also, we have election coming fast. All the political parties are making their movements. You say that GAP is doing go door to door, if you like, go get into the grassroots. In terms of your Congress, what is GAP really up to? And that, because a party that wants to form the next government by winning, if not winning, but contributing to whoever that is winning, that is not, that's a very serious issue.
My brother, come to the, I will invite you. I will invite you, come to Congress. One of the best men in Congress, inshallah, in the history of Gambia.
That is what you are planning?
Our Congress is one day.
One day?
Whoever does it in Gambia, one day Congress, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. You will hear something, we will elect, you will hear. I just give you. Thursday the 11th, inshallah.
But how does that Congress, pan out? Because a Congress, a one-day Congress, that is where you discuss the issues of the party, and then that is where you do your campaign. All the candidates.
My brother, we are worker. We new action people and Ligue Catlin. We are Ligue Catlin. Congress should even, if you want, you can make it 8 hours. The game is over. New Ligue Catlin. This is the action. That's why it's one day. It's confusing the whole entire world.
How many delegates are coming?
Well, 70 delegates are coming from the 7 region. 10 from the 7 region.
Just 70?
70. Each region 10. Hey, 70. Huh?
I've seen parties who invited thousands.
No, the delegates is 70, but we are inviting. We will invite the whole entire country.
Where is it holding?
Penchame.
Oh, you also went to Penchame.
My brother,
Let's talk about the gap and money, because this thing costs money. How much is gap worth? What is the size of your pocket?
Gap is infinity.
You've got a lot of money.
We backed by Allah.
No, but when you talk about Gambians use God in a very sometimes.
I believe in that. Everything I do
in a very loose way. What I'm saying is, God would not come down and put money in your pocket.
My brother, I know God will never put. God can do anything. He can do anything.
But at least since the beginning of time,
he can't.
Since the beginning of time, maybe he brought the people of the Jews who food came from the sky, maybe. But then to put money in your pocket directly, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying.
Yes.
You said the worth of gap.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. How much money do you have?
You know.
How much money do you have?
You will know, my brother.
Because this is very important. What we have seen, at least MPP, they've showed it. They've got brand new pickup vehicles. They have money. You look at them and you realize that
NPP has money.
Of course, they have money.
Who gave them the money?
Well, sympathizers, party supporters.
Same thing applies to us.
How much money do you have?
My brother, my money doesn't concern. It's my vision that concerns.
But at least in Africa, money moves politics.
Not only Africa, the whole entire world.
Money is very important.
Very important.
But how rich is Gap?
Gap is super rich to maintain to maintain. Gap is super rich to maintain.
What does that mean?
Yeah, this is simple. Gap is super rich to maintain whatever we want. Whatever we want, we are rich to maintain. Come to next election, man, this December. You'll be surprised, bro.
Will Gap field a candidate?
Gap?
In December, or you're going to work with a bigger party?
Gap,
are you fielding a candidate?
Who's bigger party here? Tell me who's existing long-term party. Who's big? The heart belongs to Gambia. The heart belongs to Allah. Who's big? Don't see the crowd that you think. Who's big? Man, them see linga gisrek ga hol natal bachili wala ga hol natal ke chulung.
But will you feel a candidate?
I will definitely.
Will you put forward a candidate?
If I don't, yes, indeed.
A candidate.
Indeed.
I'm talking
about we will independent stand until we come for coalition.
Yeah, I'm talking about not joining any coalition, but standing and
alone,
contesting. Will Gap do that?
Yeah, it's 50-50.
50-50.
When I look, I'm not happy with the man. We stand. Confident brothers are there.
Who is Bachile going to stand?
Allah knows.
But if your delegates or your supporters say Bachile stand,
because
I want to enjoy this
if my people choose,
I want to see
if Bachile stand as a presidential candidate.
Yes.
Boy, affaire bi dafa jaxo na jaxo carte fi. Wa man na winde bod na yengal Gambia bu baax ba.
Comme naka?
Boy, people come, people listen. People come, people vote.
Yes.
I will motivate the Gambian youths. They will run and vote. Let them come to debate. I want political leader. Let's debate. Let's talk about our visions.
Will you want to debate President Barrow?
Do respect.
You are not scared of him?
There's no political leader that I'm scared of debating about our issues. I know something. Resources.
How about Dr. Sise?
Dr. Sise.
He's pretty smart, very smart. Stuffed with ideas. Do you want to debate him?
Dr. Sise knows who's Bachil. I have high regards for him. He knows me, I know him.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Have you ever seen people talk about resources? You can be in Gambia, Soko had a pole bofaneka.
The blue whale, I don't know.
The tuna fish is not here. I was saying all this. Manama buga Gambia ñu ham suñu boppa. Suñu hamé suñu boppa rek da nga ham sa boppa. Après ñu mom suñu boppa. If you know yourself, immediately you are a winner.
We will plan one interview on one weekend. One weekend.
One weekend.
We will discuss
the whole everything.
We'll discuss
controversial
everything.
question from Argentina to Zimbabwe, from A to Z.
You are ready for everything?
I'm ready for everything. Even if you want to ask me how I take shower, I'll tell you.
But I see where you are not always comfortable. When I ask you about people saying Bachili took someone's money.
I will repeat again. Bachili. I'm telling you, Bachili. Yes. I'm not saying to steal.
No, you said I should ask you anything.
I would like that.
Yes.
Bachili.
Yes.
I'm not scared to. I'm not saying stealing. I'm not saying to fault somebody. But Bachili, I will give my life for humanity. This is in me. I'm not bragging. You knock my door. Come. Yes. I don't have it. I'll say, what? When I hear the gravity of your issue, this is Bachili. Hello, Ariti. No, I don't have. Hello, Bachili Nyani. Bring it. Yes. Where are you? Okay, I'm sending someone. You collect, you go. I will do that. Even if my kaburu, if I can do that, I will do it. And I will tell my kids to do that until even they die. I'm not doing it for bragging. I'm doing feasible. I don't have the heart to say no to people. That's the problem I have. And I will do till I die.
At least that I know. And that today I was talking to someone and I was telling the person that you have a large heart and yeah, you will make a good leader. That is my own personal.
That's your personal opinion.
Personal opinion.
And I'm telling you, number one quality of a leader, you have to have a good heart. So I'm lorek do muna ligi. Me, I love to walk.
Now, if you are to talk to a Gambian and undecided, let's say Pata Sedikan, who is hardcore UDP, if you are to convince him, talk to him directly in the camera for him to join Gambia Action Party, what would you tell him?
I'll tell him if he loves...
Look into the camera.
If you really love Gambia at heart, listen to the vision that I have, assess it, and you love Gambia at heart. You love Gambia. Believe me, if I would have seen a political party here before I registered, and they love Gambia, it's not power hungry, I will never register party, man, seriously. If Dr. Sise would have registered before me, and he claimed that he loved Gambia at heart, I spoke to him. Dr. Sise knows me, we spoke before he even registered his party. If he was registered, I would never register my party. Yes. I'll join him until otherwise. I'm not here for fame. I'm already there. I'm not here for fame, seriously. Not money. I'm here for justice and humanity. So that brother, what's his name again?
Pata Sedikan.
Pata Sedikan. Pata Sedikan, I repeat 3 times. You have the right to support any political party.
Yes.
But support a political party who has the interest of Gambia, not the interest of fame. A leader, a true leader, a genuine true leader will tell his people or her people that let them believe in themselves, not telling your people to believe in me, I'm the Godfather. No.
Well.
Yeah. And that brother, if you can make an appointment with him, if you know him, if he's in Gambia or outside, give him my number. Let me talk to him. You see that
hopefully you will be able to convince him, and he will.
What's his name again?
He will leave UDP.
For well, I'm not saying to. No. I will never tell him to leave UDP, but I will tell him the vision you have. If he's happy with the vision, that I mean it, and it's up to him. But I'll tell him. But for me to say leave, no. I will tell him the reality. That's why I want to debate.
I will be really happy to break that news, to write that in the headlines, to say Pata Sedikan
join Gap. I'm telling you, man.
I would love that.
And then you know what, Gap.
Hopefully we get that tomorrow.
Look at how you call it. Look at what's his name again? Among all the leaders, I challenge them, the political leaders. from PPP to the last one, I challenge their leadership. If they really believe the Gambia, they love Gambia at heart, why are we insulting? Me, I don't insult President Barrow, but I'll criticize him positively. Now, man, President Barrow, what you're doing is wrong. Like I'm telling him right now.
Yes.
Let President Barrow put his eye on his ministry. Yeah. The ministry, not the minister. The institution called the Ministry of Lands, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Fishery, the Ministry of Construction, the Ministry of Finance, and the Ministry of Tourism. Let him put his eagle eyes on them. Let him call me. I'll give him blueprint if he's ready. That he loves Gambia at heart. Let him send the ACC. The Mardoxen Bagari. 90 days, God enjoy. This is the coalition government is more corrupted than even Jammeh government. This coalition government, Barrow, people loves you, but you know why they're really angry with you? They say you're corporate surrounded. I'm telling you, Barrow man dumala Joe. Because if I say something behind him, you're Malkiam, I'll be questioned. I don't want to go to have a problem because of President Barrow.
Yes.
There are people are telling you, Mr. President Barrow, that you know that your people are surrounding, they are corrupted. If you know, you don't act, you are corrupted. Do respect. But if you don't know, call Bachila, I'll tell you. Then it's up to you to decide the measurement you're going to take against them. This country doesn't belong to anyone.
And it looks like you have already convinced Pata. He's writing, saying that Bachili is the man.
Well, tell the brother that Alhamdulillah, it's not me, it's Allah who put the blessing in my mouth. Yes. And I mean it. I'm telling you this. I want to ask all ulamas in Gambia, being the Muslim ulama, being the Christian ulamas, let them pray tonight and ask Allah to show them my heart that I got for Gambia. If they see any negative, let them call me, I will resign. I will resign before my Congress and will choose somebody who's competent. If they see, I don't want presidency. The love that I got for Gambia, yes, that I'm ready to put Gambia on the world map through whoever leadership, but Bachili involved, the heart that I got for Gambia, Mamu J, Gambia Kono, who got that heart more than me. And I'm urging all the ulamas who are well, Allah bless them with knowledge, and the Christian ulamas, Allah let them make their own night prayers. If they have any negative and they've shown that I'm a negative person in the interest of Gambia, let them vividly come out and tell me I'll resign. I love Bada Islam, Bada Allah, Rasul and Islam. I love Gambia more than anything. You know why? I met Gambia here and I will leave Gambia here. If my kids suffered and the masses' kids suffered, as a leader, I'll go to hell, man. Boy, I'm holding it. Boy, nakalanjit to wara de Marseille.
You're getting emotional now.
Borom ker gene si keram fajar. No, dafa miti. I'm not crying because I'm not sorry. I swear by Allah.
You're getting emotional.
Borom ker di gene si keram. Di keram subatel. We have all the resources. We cannot even feed ourselves for 55 solid years.
You're getting emotional.
This is sad. Our leaders. I swear to God, we have resources. I can, if I have to sacrifice for us Gambia to be okay, right now I'm gone. Let Allah take my soul. Gambians don't know the reality. Let's not live in fantasy, man. President Barrow, I'm urging you. If you calling me to talk to me, to work for interest of Gambia, make sure you put the sovereignty back. If not, I will contest against you and I will remove. Gambia will go. I love you as a big brother. I love you as a president. You are a president. Don't let no president control you. Taka sendiga, and you put your trust in Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah will help you. Otherwise, we're all doomed. May God forbid. And I'm urging all political leaders, let's forget about the insult. I will start with Ba Usenu. He's the elder, or close to the next elder. Ba Usenu, come out. Forget what happened between you and Barrow. Barrow, forget what happened with Ba Usenu. Uncle Sidia, Uncle Halifa, Uncle whoever. Let's come and unite as one Gambian. If not, we will pay the consequences Yom Al-Qiyamah. Let's not be fake to each other, man. Are we fake? For this small dunya,
63, 670, you gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? Mr. President Barrow, you know, 7 years ago, come on, man. Your food, your lunch was that $150,000 per day. And you see people don't have food to eat.
Going to bed hungry.
Go to bed hungry, 40,000 minimum.
It's sad.
But who said you are sitting there, you are talking? Kanda, you are there talking rubbish. Why? Why? We should unite. We should unite. I'm not emotional, I'm hurt. To see Bacheli cry is hard. Wallahi, it's hard, I swear to God. It hurts me. It really hurt me so much indeed. How we insulting each other. I don't look for job. I can do the job. If Barrow don't stand up, I will never work with any political party. I will stand, my party will stand alone, and the Gambians will decide.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a true game, man. If you chala. You buy if you I have high regard for you. You are like Hussein Bachele. Please. Let's unite. Forget about this. Let's unite, man.
I think we will. You've spoken well.
My last word to Gambians. I love you guys all. Lama leen buga torop ak xol bu set. Loolu tam ma ne ñu bugante mooy the solution. Yàlla ku mu war a dafa nekk président billahi dafa nekk président. Su leen doon nekk let's join, let's help. Let's help. President Barrow, my main urge is this: don't let Senegal, I will emphasize, to control you. Seriously, we are grateful they help us through economic, but it's high time for us to regain our sovereignty. Yeah. Barrow, me, I'm not going to stop there. I ate money.
Of course.
I was born in riches. I will say it.
Of course.
I'm not saying bragging to show that I'm not hungry. Please, Mr. President, call all political leaders. Let's join our hands. Let's go to election. Whoever win, we win. People are suffering. People are dying. We have no medical treatment, and they sick, they fly out on the taxpayers' money. Seriously, I'd rather go to jail to eat the government tax money. Seriously.
You are really.
I'm concerned boy. Really, that's man, I'm a soldier. But the reason I cry, I don't want to say. People come to my house every day. Sometimes they don't know. Is it right? 55 solid years, you get Ghana too. At least the basic communities, Suba, Ndewo, pray for lunch. Gambians are joke, man. I'm telling you, let's stop our jokes. Let's unite. Mandinka, Sarawule, Chola, Wolof, all tribes, Gambena. You buy Lee, you buy Sagantedi. It's nonsense.
You are really,
and our leaders are joke.
And I really understand. I understand very well. I understand from the position that you are taking.
Seriously, man. Seriously, all these things.
And I hope they will all listen, watch this, and then.
I want governments. Let's love each other. Look at the Lebanese are coming here, taking out millions of dollars. When they come here, they don't even have $1. See, we are rich. We cannot even support ourselves. Don't look at my character. Don't look at my attitude. Look at my competency. And I help you blow up. In the end, you get your fee. Every day you transfer money. Do you know how many governments are rich?
It's a lot.
That we can trade within us. But we don't want to do it. You get Cortante, you get Fenante, you get Sosalante. They can be to them.
Just really sad.
It hurts me. And I'm telling you, Gambians, this is going to be my last. I'm hurt.
You're hurt. You're really.
It's up to you, Gambians, to decide who go. I don't want nobody to elect me. I will sensitize for Gambians to understand themselves, love themselves. Operation New Mom Subob, so then they feel rek win. Yanna yalla def lolu ñu bëgg tu bopa bi xamat Quran Allahumma salli sallam. If I say something that's not right, that's from Shaitan La'natullah. The real one is from Allah Azza wa Jalla, man. I love you guys, man. The next government, inshallah, will be part of the next government. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Honorable, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that will be that for the show today. That's the leader of Gambian Action Party. He got a little emotional on the show today. So that will be it for the show today. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, my name is Lamin Jai.